Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you for joining today's live stream. I am in my home gym today, and I'm going to get a workout in, show you some of the stuff that I do as part of my routine as a pro grappler. Hopefully it'll give you guys some ideas for things that you can add to your routine. If you have any questions, please let me know. I'm pretty well stretched out, pretty well warmed up. I'm going to finish my warm-up on everybody's favorite, the Aerodyne bike, aka the assault bike. Hang on, I think I can show you guys the one I'm talking about here. If I do this right. There we go. Alright, so that's what I'm starting on. Since this is still part of my warm-up, I'm not going to be going too crazy or too hard on it. Just kind of loosening up a little bit. So, already got this height set. I think you guys can see me okay. And I have grass in my shoes. Sorry about that. I'm going to start with the hammer grip, where my hand is facing the thumb up, just like this. And then I'll switch my grips in a few minutes. Loosen up my arms, my elbows in particular, just a little bit different. When you've been doing this for as long as I have, the joints take a little bit of warming up. Guys, I'm going to call that the end of my warm-up. That'll be my last warm-up session. Like I said, not going too crazy or too hard. Just getting a little bit of a sweat going, blowing my lungs out, getting the blood flowing. If you've ever used an assault bike, Aerodyne bike before, you know that the faster you pedal, the more the resistance from the fan spinning. Which means you go relatively light and easy, like I did, it's a nice little sweat, nothing too crazy. If you start sprinting, you really burn it out. That'll take your heart rate through the roof, and that's, in many cases, exactly what you want. But like I said, today I was just warming up on it, so we're not doing anything too crazy. And if you guys have any questions, please let me know. I will be happy to get to as many of them as I can. But let's see. All right, I'm going to do a little bit of a mini circuit today. So I'm going to bring my camera over here. Bear with me for a moment. Let's see. I think this will work. I might need to move it. But my next station is going to be on my Bowflex here, which I believe... There we go. You should be able to see if you would like to take a look. Cool. All right. I'm going to move the angle a couple of times to give you guys different looks at it, but actually, you know what? Bear with me for a moment. I'm going to turn my camera around. I'm going to let you see it up close now. So, this is the Bowflex that I'm going to be using as one of my stations coming up here. The cool thing about this is the resistance can be as adjustable as you want it to be, simply by hooking or unhooking these flex bands, which you can then use for all different pieces of your workout. So I already have it set up on both sides for what I need to do next. So if you bear with me while I put my camera back down. Cool, I'm gonna be doing a couple of different things on here today. Starting with just a nice, easy chest press. All right, 10 reps there. I'm doing a descending pyramid today, so every time I go through, I'll drop it by 1 rep as we work towards 1. Let me see. All right, so I just did my chest press. Next thing I'm going to do is a slightly different, slightly unique exercise called a gorilla, excuse me, a gorilla row. I'm going to be doing that with my dumbbells, which I have my fat grips attached to. I've talked about those before. Big fan of fat grips because they are a very big challenge on your grips, on your forearms, which as a pro grappler is extremely important, which is why I use fat grips so often. Let me see if I can get this in view of the camera, and I might need to move if need be. Will not be using these today. Those are my kids' dumbbells, but they are not here with me today. So I will move to the other ones. And like I said, you should be able to get a pretty okay look there. Those are the fat grips that I already have attached to my dumbbells. So instead of holding a narrow grip, they allow me to use a much wider grip, which holds roughly that size, which for me is roughly the size of an opponent's wrist, which is exactly what I want to be practicing gripping. Let me turn this camera angle just slightly here. I think you guys can see okay. Let me know if you have any issues. Cool, so for this exercise, I'm gonna get roughly shoulder width apart. Wow, I just realized I have my shirt on inside out. Pardon me. I knew I was forgetting something today. Okay. Back on track. Sorry about that. This is live. What are you gonna do? Okay, so I'm gonna start with my feet just wider than shoulder width apart. Dumbbells will be relatively close together, touching or nearly touching. I'm going to keep my hips back, butt back, back flat, chest up, head out. And I'm gonna find, I think you guys can see okay. Let's see, I will move this way to give you guys a slightly better angle. I should get into a relatively comfortable stance here, and like I said, this is called a gorilla row because you're standing like a gorilla. Put my weight on one hand, row the other hand to my chest, and reverse. 10 each side. Excellent. Okay, next. Get my heart rate up a little bit. We're going to be switching to the battle ropes from Sanibel. I think you can see those down below here. Maybe. There we go. All right, I think you can see those down below there. Let's rotate my camera that way. See if you guys can get a look at me in frame. Adjust that a little bit. Pardon me, guys, as we work on the fly here. All right, I think I'm mostly in frame. And like I said, this is just going to be a quick little sprint as we go through the stations. Another good one for shoulders, grips, core, and cardio. And then last station for this cycle is going to be just a nice simple hammer curl with the fat grips. So as you guys can see, this is a big grip strength, grip intensive workout. Here, excellent. All right, one time through, but who's counting? So as you guys can probably notice, these fat grips are something that I get a lot of use out of for quite a few different exercises, because I pretty much always want to make my workouts as challenging for my grips as I can, even if it means I'm moving a little bit less weight, which that is going to be the necessity when you're holding something that's that challenging on your grip. You're gonna have to drop the weight compared to what you would normally be able to move, but the added challenge for the grip is, in my situation, exactly what I want, both for my career as a profession, and also if you're just trying to build strong grips, strong forearms, etc. Add to the challenge if you're going more for the hypertrophy as opposed to the sport-specific training. So it's going to apply regardless of what your goals are. All right, let's see. Back now to the Bowflex. This time, dropping the reps by 1. And now, back to the rows. Pretty sure I just did an extra couple reps on that. I swear it's hard to keep track sometimes. That's okay. A little extra isn't a bad thing. I did, speaking of forgetting things, I did forget one station, so I'm going to do that now. So I'm going to do a chest fly as well as the chest press, which I forgot to do the last time through. So good thing I got some extra reps on that last one. And of course you could close your fists, close your hands entirely. I usually just leave my hands open. This allows me to get my hands slightly closer together. And some people think that's a unnecessary exercise for a grappler. But hey, the fact is, if you leave any weak links in your body, that is going to become a problem, regardless of what your sport is. Not to mention, I've actually noticed that if I neglect some of that I have less of a squeeze on some of the things that do actually involve your pecs. Some types of north-south chokes, guillotine chokes, things along those lines actually do make a difference when you have a good squeeze with your chest as well. And yes, it is pronounced guillotine in this sport. Guillotine being the instrument of execution, guillotine being the chokehold, or so I tell people. Take your pick. All right, I'm gonna go back to the stand-up battling ropes now. I'm gonna leave the camera where it is. You'll be able to see the ropes, even though you won't be able to see me, but I'll be right back. And lastly, back to the hammer curls, finishing out that grip burn. Through again. Guess the Whopper here. Shout out to Zulu for the awesome stainless steel, that's the word I'm looking for, stainless steel water bottles. You should be able to see that tag below as well. I use those things all the time. Because I grew up listening to Tom Brady preach the virtues of hydration. And hey, if the GOAT says that hydration can make you keep performing at that level for as long as he did, then who am I to argue, right? Go Pats. Sorry guys, I know that's gonna take some of you off, I apologize. Hey, you can recognize greatness, whether you're a fan of the team or not, right? I was still, well, I'm not gonna say rooting for him when he went to the Buccaneers, because I'm a Pats fan through and through, but I was happy to see him do well. It was, you know, I always say it's like the ending of, what's that movie with Ryan Gosling and Emma Stone? The musical, where they have a romance, they split up, it's tragic, but they both pursue their dreams. He's playing the piano, she walks into the bar 5 years later, they make eye contact, they smile, and that's it, they walk on. Sorry if that's a spoiler, that movie came out ages ago, so hopefully not. But I always say, that's me and Tom Brady. I'm sad that it didn't work out, but hey, I'm happy for him, chasing his dreams regardless. And let's face it, now that he retired, he's a Pats fan again. It's the way it should be. All right, back to work. Enough wasting time. Back to the chest press. Dropping the reps again. And now back to the gorilla rows with my fat grips on the dumbbells. Excellent. Back to my stand-up battling ropes. Now, back to the bow flex for chest flies. And, man, why do I feel like I'm forgetting something again? I think I went out of order, but as long as I hit all the stations, I don't think I forgot a station. Let's finish it out with the hammer grip dumbbell curls. Excellent. All right, 3 times through. We are making progress. You know, I was checking. I've been relatively new to doing the live streams here for Amazon. I don't think it shows how long I've been doing the live stream for. I was wondering if there was like a count, but it doesn't matter. We do what we got to do to get the work done, right? All right, next round. Back to the Bowflex, back to the chest press. And now to the fat grips. Dumbbell gorilla row. And now back to the Sandoval battling ropes. And let's see. Fly next, back on the Bowflex. And finish it out with another round of hammer curls with the fat grips. Excellent. Another one down. As you guys probably note, there is not an insane amount of weight being moved here. We're mostly just trying to keep the heart rate up, keep a high tempo, keep the heart rate going. The goal here not being the strength per se, as much as just the overall pace of the circuit to be able to maintain that rate of output. All right, almost there, kind of. Lost track for a second. Just did the chest press. Back to the fat grip gorilla rows. And to the Sandoval battling ropes. And now back to the Bowflex for the chest. Flies. Yeah, I believe I'm back down to the hammer curls. I don't think I'm forgetting anything. Let me know if I am. stretch on this circuit. Instead of finishing the descending ladder, I'm going to combine some of them into larger sets. So instead of going, say, 4, 3, 2, 1, I can start doing those in groups of 5, etc. Fewer categories, or fewer sets rather, but a little bit more of a challenge. If I'm feeling good, I want to push myself, I won't give myself quite as many breaks as I get to the tail end of the ladder. Try to kind of ramp it up, challenge myself a little bit more. So, a couple more times through. We are almost there. Bow flex again, chest press again. And fat grips. Gorilla row. And sustainable battling rope. And chest flies. And hammer curls with the fat grips. All right, almost there. One more time through, and that'll do it. All right. Quit making excuses, Caleb. Let's get to it. That's right. We're starting over here. Losing track again. Last one. Bow flex. Chest press. And back to the gorilla rows. Last time. Sustainable battle ropes. One more time. And back to the bow flex for the last set of chest flies. One more set of fat grips, dumbbell curls. And there we have it. Nothing too crazy, but a good little sweat. Good start to the day. Now, I gotta rehydrate, get some food, cool down, stretch out, all that good stuff. But, good start to the day. Like I always say, guys, choose to be exceptional. It doesn't matter how busy I am. It doesn't matter how much stress there is in my life. There are some things that are non-negotiable. And if I make a commitment to myself that I'm going to challenge myself physically and mentally every day, then I want to do that no matter what. I don't say things I don't mean. I'm sure you guys are the exact same. If I make a commitment to myself or to anybody else, I'm going to follow through on it. That's the way it should be. I know you guys are the exact same. Thank you for being here today. I will see you all again next time. Until then, Caleb McAllister here. I hope you have a fantastic rest of your day. And like I said, choose to be exceptional. See you later, everyone.